YouTube. So Glocked 17, really great guy, really good shooter. Go over there and check out his channel, Glocked 17, the number 17. Don't know why I'm going like this, I can't put something there. He showed his first handgun he ever purchased, so I'm going to show my first handgun I ever purchased. And I invite you to show your first handgun or knife or ferro rod or whatever it is that you purchased that makes you do what you do now. So, a little story about me before I show my gun. So, for those of you who don't know, bent over weird because you're at a weird angle to me. So, for those of you who don't know, which is probably most of you, I did rodeo for quite some time. Started when I was 13 as a bulldogger. Continued bulldogging the whole time. Those of you who don't know what bulldogging is, look it up, it's quite fun. And then, of course, I got into the gun stuff, the quick draw and the mounted draw and all that stuff, because I'm a gun nut. You all know that. So, first handgun purchase was this guy. The Uberti Kettleman, and I believe this, with the brass and the wood and the matte black, is called the Umbre. I'm pretty sure. So, that is my first one. In the holster I carry it in. On the gun belt. Gun belt doesn't fit. I'm actually smaller than I was then. So, that's what I used. Yes, I'm on you guys like perfectly. Yeah, I'm on you guys like really, really well. So, I brought my other one out because this one needs to go to the gunsmith. Watch the cylinder. Yep, the cylinder turns back. So I will show you guys my other one that I purchased not too long after that. And show you guys how they work and a little bit of history about them. So my other one is the Western Marshall, made by Haas in Western Germany. It is longer and has one difference about it. So it is a 5.5. This is the 4 3/4. So there is the difference. And then I do not have a 7.5. I don't like the way they draw. That's the original. So 7.5, 2 inches longer than this. Then the 5.5, and then the 4 3/4. Well, those numbers seem weird, don't they? It's because they are. So 7.5 to 5.5, well, that's just 2 inches. 5.5 to 4 3/4, that's not 2 inches. So why is that the difference? Well, there's a reason. Obviously, there's a reason for everything. So, line these up again. Notice something the same length there? Notice something? Yeah, the ejector rods. That's the reason. So Colt, not one to waste time or money or energy making parts that weren't interchangeable, cut the ejector rods for the 7.5s. Stuck them on, they were fine. Used the same ejector rods on the 5.5. Stuck them on, they were fine. Still got this much barrel. Cut the ejector rods for the shorter ones. Too long for 3.5s. So, he made the barrel ever so slightly longer. How can I show you this? There's the best angle. Ever so slightly longer, so it's a round number, 4 3/4. Now, yes, there are original Colts that are 3.5s, and some that are even shorter, but those are bird heads. Not the traditional handle. They're little bird's heads. They're rounded off differently. Those were way more expensive. Colt didn't mind making more expensive parts for more expensive gun. Just love these. Nothing better. These are both 45 long Colt, because that's the right caliber for these. 44-40s are fine, if that's what you shoot. Mine's better. 45 long Colt is better. So the way these work, you have 4 clicks of the hammer, 5 positions. Yes, I'm talking to you, Ruger. You're doing it wrong. Stop that. All the way down. That's for an unloaded gun that you're storing or transporting unloaded, because it takes all the pressure off the springs, but it pushes the firing pin for this one, hammer nose for this one. It would be pushing that on the round, if there were a round in it. Now for people who carry them with 5, and then carry the 6th hole in the cylinder, if you carry that empty, then this is how you would carry it, because it can't go anywhere. Nothing can get in there, no dirt can get in there, but you also only have 5 rounds. So the safety is clicking it. That way there's nothing sitting on here. Now, technically the hammer could get slammed forward, I suppose, by something. Like, you stick both ends in a vise and squeeze it, I guess. I don't know. I have no idea what that would be, but I guess technically it could happen. It can't happen. It can't. So that's the first click. That's the safety. Nothing's moving. This is still just as locked up. Trigger's all locked up. Not that it matters. Not cocked. The trigger can't do anything on these. Single action. So that's the first cock. Second click. That is what opens up the cylinder. Lets it turn. So you load. How you get your empty brass out. All the way. This one has a very touchy third click. Third click. Oftentimes known as the gunfighter safety. Trigger's still locked up. You're way back. This can't go anywhere. There's the third click. Fourth click. You're cocked. Ready to go. So, why would you use these different things? Well, if you're carrying it, you would one click. You can see it's up slightly. And that's what you do. And then when you draw, there you go. One click. Now you would never carry it 2 clicks because that's just weird. 2 clicks is, like I said, that is, you open the gate, and that's how you load it, and that's how you would kick out your empties. So what's the third click for? Well, if you were, say, arresting someone, and you were a sheriff and you're arresting someone, or you're going into some sort of trouble, you would lift up, second click, third click, and drop it back down. This holster is a little more shaped for the other one. It's not used to this one. So that's how you would go with that. Now you wouldn't want to carry this like this all the time because you could get dirt and gunk in here. That would be bad. But for quick, say, at the saloon door about to go in and arrest somebody, this is the way you would want to go. Now, you can't do this in a competition. They're not going to let this fly. Unless you're at a competition where they will, in which case, by all means. So with this, what's the benefit of this? That's all you got is one click. Now, if you want to speed it up a little bit more, you can. Third click. Now watch the cylinder. This is from third to fourth. Little bit of movement. The less movement, the faster you go. Third click. Cylinder click. Click the cylinder in place. Now watch. All you have to do, that's it. Very quiet, very subtle click. Not much movement at all. And if you do that, that's all you got. Can't even hear it. I can barely hear it. And that's it. Does not point as well as the other one. The other one should still be able to do it. It's going to be louder because it is just louder. Still very quiet. Just not the way I draw them. So, that is it. That is my history and my first gun, and the reason why it is my first gun. So, there it is. The Uberti Cattleman Umbre. So, bye, and I will see you guys in the next one.